All right, everyone. Sorry about that.
Sorry.
Our audio is back. Again, our audio is back. Extremely sorry about the issues there, but we should be back entirely. So again, thank you for everyone. Just let us know when you can hear us. I just want to make sure that everyone is actually hearing all of the audio. So
great. Jan saying, got
okay,
it.
great.
Saying,
they can hear us. Thank you so much.
AJ's like, yes.
This is why I always ask, because at the beginning, like I did a webinar, what was my first one,
true.
and like it was messed up and I didn't see the responses. So like nobody heard me.
God.
Okay, so great. I'm feeling much better now. So some of you were doing this already, but could you let me know in the chat where in the world you're joining us from?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Again, please let me know in the chat where in the world you're joining us from. We get people from like all over the world, from 4, 5, or even 6 different continents. And wow, I'm seeing the answers like pouring in already.
Yeah, we've already got from Georgia, we've got Netherlands, Germany, Seattle, Texas, North Carolina, Dallas, France, Florida, Mexico City, Atlanta, my goodness, Rochester, Michigan, Georgia. I can't actually keep up with all these, so apologies, I'm missing some. The UK, London, Montana, PA, Switzerland, Atlanta, Minnesota, Canada, Brooklyn,
Australia. There must be like 4 in the morning for you, so thank you so much.
Yeah, my goodness, well done. Maryland, Vegas, baby. Nice, Jacob.
And guys, it's January, it's 2019. I'm really excited to share with you some really cool info about how to get your business started with online courses. Oh, and by the way, I'm Cameron.
Oh, and I'm Katie.
And we're joining you live from New York City. Okay, refresh the page. All right, great. So now that I know you can all see and hear me, I'm just going to get started here. So I'm just going to quickly share.
Someone just came in from Barbados.
Ooh.
Very jealous.
And that sounds very, like, I love the beach. All right, so I'm just going to quickly share my screen. And finally, just need to launch my PowerPoint. So hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us for this online workshop with Teachable. Now, the full name of this workshop is, how to create your own online school and online courses this week using Teachable. But we like to call this the Quick Start webinar. This is the place where you're going to learn how to get started quickly. We're going to take that learning curve and we're going to bend it down. We're going to make this as easy as it can be. Now, I hope you're excited. It's 2019. Let's do some cool stuff. Let's build our businesses with online courses. Now, you're obviously here with us today for a reason. You're here because you're interested in online courses, but you should be asking, like, who is this webinar designed for? Who's going to benefit the most from what's going on in this webinar? And, who's really going to enjoy this? Well, first and foremost, if you love standing in a conference room pointing at a whiteboard that says idea on it, aka your stock photo model, this will be perfect for you. But seriously, folks, if you have maybe heard of online courses and you think that online courses might be a great way to monetize your knowledge or expertise, or if you want to build your audience or brand online, then this training will be perfect for you. Now, next, if you're somebody who already has a business, whether that's online or offline, and you're looking for a way to scale this business with online training, then this webinar will be perfect for you, because online courses and memberships and digital downloads are a fantastic way to scale your business, to improve your engagement, add more revenue, and I'll walk you through how you can do this. And then finally, if you're already an expert, if you already have an online course somewhere and you're just looking for the best platform around, the platform used by companies like the New York Times and Facebook and even more, then this webinar will be perfect for you. Oh, but before I go any further, just a quick tech tip for everyone in the audience. If you're seeing anything be blurry or hard to read or out of focus, there's a very easy fix. Just go ahead and mouse over the video, click the gear icon on the bottom right, and then change the resolution to 720p HD. Again, if you're seeing anything be blurry or out of focus, all you need to do is mouse over the video, click the gear icon on the bottom right, and change the resolution to 720p or 1080p HD. Now, at this point, I want to make a big promise to everyone watching the webinar today, and that is that in the next 60 minutes, you're going to learn exactly how you can create your own online courses using Teachable. Now, the second promise that I'm going to make is that this webinar will be completely upfront and transparent. No gimmicks, and I'm not going to surprise you at the end with a sales pitch. Now, I'll tell you up front, because I respect your time and your attention, that at the end of the webinar, there will be an opportunity to sign up, but it's not mandatory and all the info is free. Now, like I mentioned, there will be a special offer at the end of the webinar for folks who join us today, but more on that later. For now, if you're anything like me, when you come to a webinar like this, you want to know exactly what you're getting into. You want to know what the game plan is, like what the syllabus is. And Max says, is this really live? Hey, Max, yes, this is really live. Everyone in the chat, you can say if you're a robot. So what's the game plan for this webinar? Or in teacher terms, what's on the syllabus? Now, first and foremost, we're going to have a live demo that shows you exactly how you can use Teachable to create your own online courses. Now, then we're going to talk about something really important, how Teachable isn't just the easiest way to build your online courses, it's the easiest way to actually start making money from them. Now, it takes 10 seconds to set up payments in Teachable. No mess, no fuss, no adding bank accounts. It just works, and I'll show you how. Now, after that, we're going to talk about how you can get this all started today. Now, it's so easy to put things off, right? You know, it sounds like a big project. It sounds like something that you'll get around to later. You know, you'll put it off toward next week. Or Katie, you'll get around to it soon, right? You know, it's so tempting to put it off if you don't know how easy it can be. I'll show you how simple it actually is. And then finally, we're going to go over some real-life case studies of regular people and small businesses who have used Teachable to generate thousands of dollars in monthly course sales from their first online courses. Now, I'm serious when I say regular people. I'm not going to go ahead and talk about New York Times bestsellers. Regular people have used Teachable and found it was the platform to unlock their success. Oh, now just a heads up, you're really going to want to take some notes. Now, I know it's 2019, wow, I can't believe that, and we're surrounded by gadgets and gizmos, but it's been scientifically proven that writing something down by hand is the best way to remember it. So please look around you, grab a pen and paper, and jot down some notes. You're not going to regret it. Oh, and speaking of notes, I want you to do a little bit of work right now. Let me know something in the chat. Who here has already created an online course using Teachable? If you have, give me a yes. If you haven't, give me a no. If you feel like saying maybe, well, you can say that too. If I see mostly no's, I'll spend more time on the basics. If I see more yeses, I'll spend more time on those advanced tips and tricks. So Katie, are you looking in the chat? Are you seeing like lots of, yeses, no's, maybes?
Oh yeah.
What are you seeing here, Katie?
They're coming in pretty quick. We've got Sharon saying no, John saying yes, Katie's in the process. Great name, Katie.
Oh,
Martin,
more
no.
Katies.
Brian, Tracy, Peter all saying no. Wow, struggling to talk. Michelle's a yes. So majority of the people are saying no here, but there are a few yeses and maybes in there too.
Ooh, and Martin says, my course is a work in progress. I go live in 10 days.
Wow. Well done, Martin.
I love that you've got this specific plan in mind, Martin. Let's do this. So what I was getting from that, Katie, is I was seeing mostly no's, but a few yeses and in progress. So here's what I'm going to do. I'll spend most of the time at the beginning going over the basics, but I'll leave plenty of time at the end for going over those advanced tips and tricks. And now, what you've all been waiting for, it's time to meet your presenters. Hey everyone, that's me over on the left. I'm Cameron. I'm our head of VIP instructors, but I started out on our customer support team, which means I've helped everyone from individuals to big businesses get started teaching online. And on the right, we have the incredible, the unstoppable, the truly indomitable Katie.
Hi guys. Thank you, Cam. I do always like that intro. I'm Katie Scott. I'm here and I'm on the chat, so feel free to ask any questions and I'll try to do my best to get around to answering them as much as I can.
Now, the cool thing is that Katie, she's actually led our flag football team, our Teachable football team, Teachable basketball team,
like
the Teachaballers, as they're called.
Yeah,
She's truly indomitable.
Yeah.
Now, first of all, everything is teachable. So we've got, I think we need to update this slide. I think we actually have an updated version of it later in the presentation. So these numbers are a little bit lower than actual. We've got millions of students, tens of thousands of courses, and $150+ million getting earned by people teaching courses on Teachable. Now, this includes, lots of folks. This includes the big names, people like Pat Flynn or Seth Godin, New York Times bestsellers. Speaking of the New York Times, hey, they use Teachable as well. But it's not just about, the brands and big businesses and well-known people. The most exciting part is that the people getting great results aren't just large businesses and big names. It's regular folks teaching things like card magic, mushroom expertise, personal branding, being a better tour guide, watercolor painting, intermediate blacksmithing, profitable podcasting. Or this guy, his name is Alan Perlman, and he attended one of these webinars. Then a few weeks later, he launched his drone piloting course, and this was my favorite part. he has since gone on to make multiple six figures, and he has left his day job. So I love seeing these. I love seeing how many topics people are teaching online. And speaking of that, let me know in the chat, what ideas do you have for course topics? Now, when I first started here, I thought that the only thing people taught online was computer science. But since coming to Teachable, I found that people are teaching everything from A to Z, literally from astrology to zoology. So in the chat, let me know what you are going to be teaching on Teachable. I'm really excited to hear some of your, your answers. Guys, let's share your topics.
We've thank you, Adam. My mic was quieter because I turned it off and down.
Oh, there we go.
But I will make note of that. John says hypnosis. We've got photography, online dating, languages, fire safety, self hypnosis, blogging for mums, online seminar courses, holistic wellness, social media, minimalism, Japanese for beginners.
Wow.
How to cook real food. I mean, these are all incredible. Travel on a budget, crypto, yoga, film, healing, collecting art. My God, I would love to do all of these. Actually, these are really awesome.
Wow, those are amazing.
Sharon says adulting.
Robert says disaster preparation. Robert, my disaster preparation course is best taken in conjunction with the other person's online dating course. They go well together. Sorry, just joking around now. But guys, seriously, those are some incredible topics. I know that I would definitely get a lot out of those courses. Now at this point, I hope you haven't put your keyboards away, because who wants to see what your school on Teachable could look like? I'm going to show you some of those case studies I mentioned earlier so that you know what's possible. Now let me know in the chat with some enthusiasm. Give me a yes, a ya, a si, oui, da, hi, or yes with multiple exclamation points. I love enthusiasm because it shows me that people are excited to learn. That really is the best part of my job. Seeing people from all over the world excited to learn something new. Katie, are you seeing enthusiasm in the chat? Are you seeing people get excited about this?
Oh yeah, we've got Brian, Kayla, Fred, Annie. Again, I can't keep up with these. Catherine, Sharon, Carol, Danny, Flo, Ruth, all saying yes. Darren's like absolutely. Yeah, they're definitely ready. They were like, yes, please.
Let's do this then. All right,
Shannon's
great.
Like, hell's yes.
Fantastic. So let's go ahead. Let's take a look at those case studies that I mentioned earlier. So I'd like to start off with a course called the Foundations of Card Magic. And there's two things I want you to pay attention to here. The first is, this is a great topic, like card magic. I thought you had to become like a magician's apprentice or something to learn card magic. But in fact, they raised money online to teach this. $66,500. That's how much money they raised on Kickstarter to teach this course. Now, card magic, if you thought their topic was small and it was niche, and they could raise $66,500, think about how much they could raise. Think about how much you could make. And the second thing I want to show you is this beautiful sales page. So the sales page or the landing page, this is where people come to actually learn a bit more about your course and then decide if they want to buy it. So it starts at the top with that beautiful header, continues with a rich description filled with images and text. You'll have an instructor biography to establish your authenticity, the full lesson plan or curriculum, including links to free previews. And then we continue on the bottom with FAQs to address user concerns, testimonials for social proof, and then finally that call to action at the bottom to get started now for $52. Now, the next course I want to show you, this is a course by a well-known career consultant named Charlie Hohen. And what I want you to pay attention to here, first off, I really love his topic. So he's not calling it, get a better job. He's calling it transition into doing work you love. He's finding the things that people really care about, and he's making his course about that. And the other thing I want to show you here is down at the bottom, the multiple pricing options. So most people, they're going to buy the $200 option, where you get the course and the community for $200. But a lot of his users, up to 30% more, or they might buy the $1,000 options. This is $800 more. This is 5 times as much. And when you do this, you get a 60-minute career strategy session with Charlie. So if you want to have multiple tiers of your course, like a basic tier, an advanced tier that includes some, group time, and a really advanced tier that includes some private time, you can do that on Teachable really, really easily. Now, next I want to show you Dave Cross. Dave does a membership. So on Teachable, you don't have to just have courses, you can have a membership option. So Dave Cross, he teaches Photoshop and he has a Photoshop membership. He's been teaching Photoshop for longer than I've been alive, which is kind of insane, and that definitely dates me a little bit. Yes, I'm a millennial, but this includes things like private coaching, and in addition to all of his courses. And when I say all of his courses, I mean that his membership includes a ton of content, which is kind of, it's hard to sell all this different content, trying to get people to buy one of these bazillion different courses. So he does his membership, $19 a month or $190 a year. So you can do this on Teachable easily. Set up a beautiful membership for your students. Now next, I wanted to show you Stack Skills. So they do a great job of having a course marketplace. So what I mean by that is if you go to stackskills.com and you click on all the courses, you'll see that they have hundreds of courses from many, many, many instructors. And the cool thing is that Teachable handles all of this automatically. So for instance, when someone buys, Sanjin's $50 Python course, we will automatically split the money between the school, Stack Skills, and the instructor, Sanjin. So we'll automatically handle all of this and even handle all the appropriate taxes. It's dead simple. Now next, I want to show you Veduca. So Veduca is one of the largest online learning sites in Brazil. And I wanted to show you this because everything they've done is in Portuguese. So everything from the courses themselves to the interface. So instead of, for instance, clicking on sign up, I click on Estude Agora. Instead of putting in my name, I put in my nome completo. Instead of reading the terms of use, I read and agree to the termos de uso. So this is just my... So this is just a great example of what you can teach in any language. So no matter what language you want to teach in, your students will learn in that language. And finally, I wanted to show you HealBright. So HealBright is a great example of what you can do with advanced custom editing. Now we have a power editor available on our professional plan, which lets you edit the code behind your site. So you can do advanced things like add a video backdrop or even build completely custom, beautiful pages like this page, which is all about buying these mental health courses for a business. So you can start off with Teachable out of the box really easily, and we have powerful tools built in. But if you want to take your customization to the next level, you can do that easily. So now that we've gone ahead and we've had a chance to do this, let's actually build a course together, okay? So what I mean by that is you don't have to do this alongside me. Please just pay attention, follow along, and take notes. Don't worry, you're not going to regret this. So I'm going to start off by putting in my email address. I'm just going to do Cameron Quickstart, and today is 11718 @teachable.com. And I click Get Started, and there we go. I just need to put in my full name now, Cameron Mattis. But of course, as a millennial, you can find me on Instagram at Cameron Mattis. The email address is already in there. Now I just need to put in a password, make it super secure and secret. Sorry guys, I can't tell you what mine is. And make sure to agree to the terms of use and privacy policy, which make it clear that you own your students and your pricing. All right, so I just click Get Started, and I'm basically done. All I need to do now is name my school. School is what we call your course website. Don't worry, you can change the name of this later. So I'm just gonna do something really boring here like Teachable Quickstart. I know, I'm very, very creative. So I click Create New School, and as I speak, my school has been created in the background for me. So everything I've done has been automatic, and my school is all created. It's time for me to start adding my content. And Brianna says, do you still own your content? Yes, you retain full copyright to your content. So we walk you through everything you need to do when you sign up. Sign up for the webinar. Hey, guess what? Check that off. You guys are already done with this. Sign up for the webinar, create a course, customize look and feel, and set up our domain name. So let's hop straight into this. Let's go ahead and create a course. So Nolan, oui, absolument. So first of all, I want to know the name of my course, and for this, I need to ask the audience. So guys, what should we be teaching today? Give me something funny that we should be teaching. Like in the past, we've done underwater basket weaving, we've done how to train your dragon, we've done like how to become a movie star from webinars. So give me your funniest ideas of what we should be teaching. Katie, I have a feeling that there's gonna be some real comedians in the chat today.
Yeah, I definitely
Are
agree.
they chiming in with some funny ideas here about what we should be teaching? Come on guys, give me your best ideas here. I wanna hear them.
We've already got MJ saying how to smile. maybe that's towards me because I normally frown when I type. We've also got how to feed ants. I actually used to have an ant farm. Fun fact. I loved it.
Loved it.
I did. How to sit down on a chair, balloon shapes, how to clean your dog's poo, nice. How to talk to your cat, DIY tooth extraction. Oh my god.
Wow.
Teeth. Yeah, that sounds tough. How to peel an orange. How to train your toddler. Any of these appealing to you, Cam? What's the one that's probably gonna?
I kind of like How to Be a Superhero by David. I kind of like that one. I've always wanted to be a little bit of a superhero. I have this recurring dream where I'm, flying through a dark landscape, and before actually, you guys, it's okay. I'm just going to skip the whole dream analysis thing. But take my dream analysis course. It launches very soon. Just kidding, folks. So thank you to David for your How to Be a Superhero. So I'm just going to call this David. Your name is going to go in here. This is going to be David's Guide to Being a Superhero. Now, instead of writing your biography here, I have to write a little bio of the author. I'm going to write my own biography. I'm the ghostwriter. I want some credit here. So I'm going to put this in Cameron Mattis, headline expert on heroism. There we go. Now I need a picture of myself. However, unfortunately, I don't have a picture of myself on this computer, but I do have a picture of Katie in her superhero outfit. I think she's on a boat somewhere doing something heroic. And then finally, I need a little bit of a biography, about why I'm such a good superhero or something like that. And I'll just paste in some demo text here because I don't want you guys to have to sit through me typing for a long time. So there we go. I put in my demo text. Now I add, last thing, a subtitle. This is a line that goes into a bit more detail about the course. So the #1 online course about how to be truly super and truly heroic. But as they say in The Incredibles, when everyone's super, no one will be. Sorry, I hope that you've seen The Incredibles, otherwise you won't get that reference. But in any case, my course has now been created, and it's time for me to start filling out the content in it, okay? So the terminology that we use for content in Teachable is sections and lectures. Think of this like a book, okay? Your book might have 5 chapters with 10 pages each. That's a total of 50 pages. Your course might have 5 sections with 10 lectures each, for a total of 50 lectures. The lectures contain your content. Users go from lecture to lecture to lecture. The sections just organize the lectures, group them by topic, group them by theme, group them by topic, group them by theme. So you might have an intro section. You might have an intro section, you might have like a middle section, you might have an ending section, each of which has its own lectures. And Brian, yes, you can add worksheets to it, etc. And Johnny, I'm not going to teach you how to make arepas. You've said this like 10 times. That's not what we're going to teach. And yes, we're live and we're in New York City, so if you hear a horn honking, that's just us being live. So I got my first section, so I'm just going to click New Lecture to create a lecture inside it and start adding content. So I'll call this Lecture 1, Heroism is fun. Great. Now the first thing I want to do is I want to add some video content. So I'm just going to go to my computer. I'm going to drag in a video file. It uploads in just a few seconds, and it's already optimizing and getting ready for playback. Oh, and by the way, you can upload an unlimited amount of content. Upload as much as you want. We only have one restriction, which is that the files can be 2 gigabytes each. 2 gigabytes or smaller, but upload as many files, as much video as you want. So I've added my video. Now, let's say I want to add like a worksheet or a resource. Someone was just asking about this. So I'm just going to click Choose Files. And then from my computer, I'm actually just going to grab a PDF worksheet I happen to have. So I'm going to click Upload. And in just a few seconds, it shows up on the page. So we have our video and we have our PDF. Then let's say I want to do a little bit more. Like let's say I want to add some text, okay? So I'm just going to click Add Text. And then again, I want to save you guys time, so I'm just going to copy and paste in some demo text. Now, if you've been on the internet for a while, you know that back in the day, if you wanted to edit text on the internet, you would have to use HTML, ooh, very scary custom coding. But with Teachable, that's not the case. So if you want to make something bold, for instance, you select it and you make it bold. If you want to make something italic, you select it and you hit the italic button. If you want to link something to google.com, you select it, hit the link button, and just add a link to google.com. And I want to have this open in a new tab when someone clicks it, because it annoys me when I click a link and it navigates me away instead of like opening in a new tab. Tricia asks if Teachable can automatically take a picture of the student. No, we do not automatically take pictures of students. We don't have access to your student's webcam. We believe in privacy first, okay? So I've added video, I've added a PDF, and I've added text. So all of these show up on the page as what we call a block, okay? And I'm actually just going to show up here in the bottom left. Hey everyone, that's us. So I wanted to show you this because this is really cool. You can drag and drop and rearrange these just like you might play with blocks. So I've got this video block, I have the PDF block, and this text block. So I'm actually going to put the PDF block at the bottom. I'll leave the text in the middle and have the video block up at the top. So in case you were counting, this was about 2 minutes, and I've already added a bunch of different types of content. So I'm going to publish this, which means make it visible to people in the course, and I'm going to move on. So I'm going to hop back to the curriculum, and I've added one lecture. Now I'm going to add a second lecture. I'm going to call this Lecture 2, Heroes and You, okay? So the first thing I want to do is, in this lecture, I want to have some like an assessment, and I want to have some community. So let me do the community first. Now, you do community via our commenting system. So what this means is that you can have comments on any course page. You can ask people to leave comments just at the end. You can have people leaving comments and asking questions all the way through the course. So I'm just going to turn this on this page, and let me show you how long it takes to enable. Literally one click and I have enabled comments on this page. It's that fast. I'm just going to hide the video so you can see that a little bit better. So one click and I've enabled comments and discussions. Now next, like I said, I want to add an assessment. So we have native multiple choice assessments. They're dead simple. They're really easy to set up. So like, who is presenting? Correct answer is Katie and Cam. Incorrect answer, Chef Boyardee. And another incorrect answer, Ronald McDonald. Great, and let me do another one. So which of these are superheroes? So I'll do a multiple answer question where someone has to select multiple correct ones. So one correct answer would be Superman. An incorrect answer would be who's like a super villain? Good super villain? Bane. He's not a superhero. Another good superhero would be Spider-Man, and another supervillain, I don't know, I'll just do T-Rex. Great. So that's a multiple answer question where someone needs to select multiple of those to get that correct. Now, our quizzes are super simple and easy. If you want to add more advanced stuff, we integrate with all of the tools in the market, like Typeform, ClassMarker, Brillium. We integrate with all of them. So I've added quizzes, and I've added a community element. So I'm going to publish this and I'm going to move on. And before you notice, I've added videos, I've added text, I've even added like a PDF and worksheets, I've added community, I've added like discussions, I've added a quiz. So what can I do now? So now I'm going to show you actually my favorite feature on Teachable. So this is for everyone who actually, you might have built your content already. You have some video, you have some audio, you have some content already. Like, how do you upload that all at once efficiently? So I'm going to hit the bulk upload button in Teachable. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go to my computer and I'm going to select these 7 video files that I already have ready on my computer. And when I click upload, the system will analyze all these files, import them, process them, and then we'll create a new video lecture for every single file that I just added. So in about 10 seconds, I was just able to add a fantastic lecture, a really fantastic lecture, an incredible lecture, an okay lecture, my personal favorite lecture, a super duper lecture, and the best lecture ever. Wow. So I was just able to do this in about 10 seconds. So at this point, I'm just going to publish this quickly, and I want to show you just a few cool things. First of all, I can drag and drop and rearrange my lectures just like I can drag and drop and rearrange my content. So if I want to take an okay lecture and move it to the top, I can do that. It's just drag and drop. I could even rearrange all of the sections, but I'm going to leave that as it is. So last thing I want to do before I move on, I want people to be able to download the files in the first lecture. So I click the cloud button and now people can download it. Finally, I want people to do a free preview. I want them to be able to look at for free the first 2 lectures. So I click the eyeball icon next to them, and now people can look at it for free. So there we go. And now that I've done that, I think I should probably set up a certificate. Katie, do you know if you enabled certificates for this? All right, I'll do that in a minute. So before I enable my certificates for this school, I'm going to do maybe my favorite part of this, which is adding a price, okay? So people ask me all the time, and I'm just going to show up live here for this because this is like a really big question. People ask me all the time, Cameron, how do I price my course on Teachable? Or what price should I set my course? Well, I've got good news and bad news. The bad news is there's no magic number. Like the $197 versus $196 is not going to change you from, a thousandaire to a millionaire. There's no magic number price. However, there are a couple of things that you can do to boost your earnings by up to 50%, and here they are. The first is give your users multiple ways to pay you. And the second is give your users ways to pay you more. So let me go over those again. Give your users ways to pay you more, and give your users multiple ways to pay you. Now, let me show you concretely what this looks like here on Teachable, okay? So I'm going to start off by setting a one-time purchase. I'm going to do this in dollars. You can do this in any currency, but I'm going to stick to US dollars, and I'll do $299. And before you blink and miss it, I'm just going to change the name of this to Basic Edition. And I'm going to say that the name of this price is that it includes only the course. And I'll show you why in just a second. So, by the way, you can now go and buy this course for $300. That's it. That's all I had to do. I didn't have to link my bank accounts. I didn't have to go through some complicated setup. I just set a price and people can buy it. It is that easy. It's the simplest setup on the market, but it gets really powerful. You see how I called this the Basic Edition? Remember that first rule, give your users ways to pay you more? Let me show you what I mean. I'm going to add a second price, $899. I'm going to call this the VIP edition, and I'm going to say includes the course plus some one-on-one private training. So all of a sudden, a lot of your users, they're going to spend $600 more just for a little bit of your one-on-one time. So if your little bit of one-on-one time is worth $600, well, guess what? You should absolutely do that. And so Aaron Hall, he has a good question. Like, how do you do this? Can you do this in such a way that like people can pay over time? Like he's asking about PayPal credit. Well, guess what? There's no need to use PayPal credit because we have built in, and this plays to the second thing, give your users multiple ways to pay you. I'm going to give them a payment plan. So they could pay $299 up front, or they could pay in 6 monthly installments of $59. I'm going to call this payment plan over time, and I'm going to say select this option to pay over time. Now, when you do the math, you realize that 6 times 59, this is about 20% more than, if you pay up front. And yes, if someone pays over time, they should pay you more. It's interest. That's what they should be doing. So there's no need to integrate with some external app for this. We have the most advanced checkout in the market with all these different payment schemes available, built right into Teachable. So I've set up a Basic Edition. I've set up a VIP Edition. I've set up my payment plan or installment plan. Now, and Lisa says, can they cancel the payment plan before it finishes? Lisa, I'm glad you asked. No, they cannot. We make it so that they cannot cancel it. They would have to contact you and have you remove them from the course. All right, so I've added a price, and now it's time for me to publish this course. So this course is published. This means that it's visible to the world, and I just want to do a few quick last-minute things to show you some cool things. First off, let me see if certificates, great. So let me go ahead and add a certificate course. So the way that the certificate works is that you can set it up so that people get a certificate automatically when they finish, or you can grant it to them manually at any time. So I'm going to use this middle template here. We've got a few templates built in, or you can create one completely custom. And at the same time, we wanted these templates to be professional looking. They're not cheesy, they're not old-fashioned, they're professional and clean and simple. So you just have to add a few different options. Like I just need to, for instance, I want to add a logo here. So let me go, I think I've got a logo file on my computer. So I'll just use this old logo. There we go. Now I've got some text here. I'm actually going to leave the text just about the same. And a signature. So the signature that I'll go along with it, I don't have a picture of my signature here, so I'll just use Katie's face. Katie's face is my new signature. All right. And I might change the colors a little bit. How about some darker gray? Some lighter gray, and some darker gray again. All right, beautiful. So I'm going to click finish and activate. And now when someone finishes my course, they're automatically going to get the certificate. All right. So I've added the certificate, and now let me show you my favorite thing here. So remember those beautiful sales pages that we were looking at before? Like this one, the beautiful course sales page. Well, guess what? Our sales page and checkout page and thank you page, they have already been created for us, okay? So all I have to do is edit them and put on finishing touches. So you see like the header and the description and the instructor bio, all this stuff is automatically here. We just have to fill it out and customize it, okay? And Martin says his use of Katie's face and entree to biometrics, you know it. And Winston says, how do I know that someone won't sign up for this, for like the installment plan, and then they'll cancel after the first two? Well, again, we block people from canceling, but you can also drip your content so that they only get the content over time. So if they cancel up front, like if they call their credit card company and say it was stolen to cancel the card, we can't do anything about that. But if you drip out your content, then they won't get all the content up front. So let me just do some last minute customizations to the sales page. So our beautiful sales page builder, we let you use custom images or these royalty-free stock images that we include for free. So David's Guide to Being a Superhero, I'm going to use the beautiful cityscape as the backdrop. This is what you're seeing as you fly through the city. So the cityscape looks great. Oh, but this white text is really hard to read on this light background. Well, guess what? We think of the little things. I love this feature because even though it's really small, it shows how much we care about the little things. So I have a built-in slider that I can use to darken the background so you can read the text. I know Katie just answered this, but Carol, yes, you have an affiliate program. It's built into Teachable, and we could even pay your affiliates for you. It's super exciting. We'll talk about that more in the Q&A. So we've got our course here. We've got our beautiful background. Now I want to write a description for this course. So again, I'll just copy and paste in some demo text. And in the middle of my course description, I think it's a good idea to break it up with an image. So again, I'll just stick to our library of royalty-free stock images, and I'll use this picture of someone at their computer because maybe that's a super secret superhero with their, her day-to-day identity or secret identity, working at a coffee shop before she transforms. I'm letting my imagination get ahead of me. But in any case, I just wrote this beautiful course description, and I'll save this. I've got my author bio already written here because I wrote it earlier. The course curriculum is automatically there because I've added content to the course. The FAQs are there and I can edit them easily. And my favorite part, if I want to edit this, again, it's just drag and drop. Or let's say that I want to add a testimonial to this page. So I'm just going to go to my course, and one of the things I can add right here is a testimonial. So this testimonial, we even pre-write the testimonial for you. It says, this is an excellent course, definitely worth checking out. So I'm going to say that this is a testimonial from Ankur Nagpal. Well, who is Ankur Nagpal? Well, he's actually the CEO of Teachable. There we go. Now I'm going to take, I think I do have a picture of Ankur in this computer, so I'm just going to add that in. Great, Ankur, looking smashing. So I'm going to save this because this page is done. But before I finish this up entirely, I wanted you guys to quickly see that we have, you might have heard that you have to have like some separate checkout software you have to pay separately for. Teachable eliminates the need for that. So say goodbye to order forms or separate checkout software, or even having to pay for Shopify to sell your online courses. We have checkout software built in. It's the highest converting checkout software on the market. It's single page. It works on every device, and you can customize it to add testimonials and bullet points and trust badges right on the page. And something that I like even more, as soon as someone buys the course, you can give them upsells, okay? So you can give them let's say you have a $50 a month membership. When someone buys your $100 course, you can automatically give them a free month of the $50 a month membership. Say hey, do you want to get a free month? Click here. So it's just one click. They're automatically signed up. We make this dead simple. And this is, by the way, included on the professional plan, these upsells. So I am just about ready to finish this up. I just want to do one quick thing before I finish. I'm going to add a promotional video to the course that people can watch before they buy it. And I want to add a thumbnail to this course, an image that will represent my course all around the site. So I'll use the same city image that I used before. All right, guys, so we have made a ton of progress here. So we have created a course. Now I'm just going to quickly customize the look and feel. So if I want to add a logo, I just drag in a logo from my computer. If I want to change the font across the whole site, I just click the font I want, I hit save, and I've changed the font. If I want to change the colors, I can manually drag and drop, or I can use one of our built-in schemes. It's super easy to do so. And then finally, I just did want to show you, let me do something really quickly. I want to set my homepage to the course so that people see that first. But in the case, I've created a course, I've customized look and feel. Now it's time for me to set up my domain name. So I'm going to set up my domain name. Now with Teachable, you get a free Teachable domain. So this looks like something.teachable.com. And then once you're on a paid plan, you can use a custom domain like mywebsite.com or courses.mywebsite.com. And Kara, yes, you can add links and PowerPoints. You can add whatever kind of content you want, okay? And Micah, yes, you can use Google Fonts. You've got a whole support article about that. So there we go. I've added my domain, and I'm going to stick with the Teachable one for now. And I'm just about finished up. So I'm just going to click my launch button. I'm going to launch my school. And now let's take a look at what we built together. So first of all, let's take a look at this beautiful sales page or landing page. So remember the beautiful sales pages we were looking at before? We just built one in less than 20 minutes. So we've got our beautiful header with the promo button and the option to enroll in the course, the rich description filled with images and text. We've got our instructor bio with Katie's face filled with really interesting stuff about Katie. We've got our class curriculum, including those free previews, FAQs, we've got our testimonial, and we've got this call to action to get started now. Oh, and this is very important. Even if you're on a mobile device, this will automatically work and it'll automatically look beautiful. So if you're tired of going to a website and seeing it not work for mobile, or it redirects you to like mobile.thiswebsite.com and you have to download some crappy app or whatever, Teachable will just work no matter what device your user is on. And this applies, by the way, to when someone is in the course too. So I've got my full course here, and I can see that my interface is clean and simple. There's no distractions. It's easy for me to understand. So I can go through this. I'm watching my video, reading my text, looking at my PDF, and then I want to go to my phone. So when I pick this up on my phone, it looks and works just as well. So everything, including the quizzes, the comments, adding images into the comments, it all just works automatically, okay? So guys, thank you so much for taking the time. We just spent a lot of time talking about Teachable and going through Teachable and showing you all the things that Teachable has to offer. But at this point, what I want you to do right now, I want you to give yourself a little bit of a pat in the back, because you have done it. We did this together. You sat through all of this and you have learned so much. And we're going to get to the live takeaway. We're going to get to the Q&A in just a second. But first, I want to talk about you. So what I would want to know right now, what has been your biggest takeaway so far? What's been your biggest learning? Whether it was like, Teachable can automatically do certificates for me, or whether it's, this doesn't actually look quite as hard as I thought, or whether it's, I'm ready to create my course now. Let me know in the chat, what is your biggest takeaway so far? Katie, are you seeing any cool answers come in? Anyone saying that they've got some really cool takeaways, like the fact that they could become a superhero or anything like that?
Hopefully, yes. James says that was awesome. I mean, there was just throughout the whole thing, Cam, a lot of people were saying like this is super easy to use. That's awesome. So Paige and James said, so that's really cool to see. Christine says everything. So well done, Cam. It was literally everything. The platform offers an easy user interface, ton of tools built in. Aaron says easy to add and edit content. Great. Multiple price option. That's a really good one, actually. Exceptionally user-friendly. Offers. Oh, man. Biggest takeaway for...
I love this.
Yeah,
I love
it's really
it so
cool.
much.
And Jean says biggest takeaway was the PayPal payments. And that's actually a great way to get more people to buy your course by offering, like Cam was saying, offering more options. Jody,
Amazing.
Drip, that's a great one as well.
So many takeaways, guys, here. And again, this is what I love, seeing people come and actually learn something. Now, what I want your whatever your takeaway was, here's what I want a takeaway for you to be. You can do this. You can jump across this gap in a mountain just like the stock photo model. But even though I know you can do this, who here feels a little bit like this dog here? I love this picture. This poor dog. Now, here's the thing. Everything is teachable. This is the updated version of the slide I promised earlier. We've got more than 10 million students, more than $200 million earned by instructors. And from all of this data, all of the data that we have behind the scenes, we've found that there are really two paths that you can take to success. Now, both of them will work, okay? Now, the first path is that you can go on this journey yourself. Take the learnings from this presentation, read our blog, take all the action on your own. It'll take longer, but it's doable. I know that you guys could do this. But here's the second path. The second path is to take not only the software that we've built, but is to use the proven plan that we have found from folks who have already done this before, and you'll get extra help. Now, this path is faster, and it's a lot more likely to work because there's accountability and because you're using systems that have been proven by thousands of others. Now, if you are ready for that first path, you're all set. You can go right now. But for those who are interested in getting a little bit more, in the second path, let me tell you a little bit more. So to create your course, you need two things. You need the second thing is, you need the tech and the tools. Teachable provides that. But you need a proven plan to follow from people who have done this before. And to help you with that, to help you get that proven plan, we've created a special Teachable offer for today. Now, this offer includes a ton of incredible trainings, as well as private online workshops and some group coaching just to make sure that you succeed. And this is included for free with our professional plan, which you can get for $99 a month, or if you want to spend, if you can get a year, it's $79 a month if you pay annually. And if you've heard enough right now, you can just click the button right above the video to sign up right now. Like if you're ready, great, the button is available right now. But let me tell you a little bit about our Pro plan, which is again $99 a month, $79 a month if you pay annually. So our Pro plan is by far our most popular plan, probably because it has about 90% of the features of our more expensive business plan, which is $500 a month. It's got the large majority of features at a fifth of the price. Now, with the Pro plan, you have unlimited courses and students. Customize your look and feel as much as you want. Custom domain. Track and report on your students with our analytics. You'll have full advanced e-commerce, including upsells, email marketing, or just integrate with your existing email provider. You'll also have multiple instructors that we can pay for you automatically. You'll get drip content. You'll get paid immediately. And this is the plan used by most of these folks. People making millions of dollars online, they are paying us the same $99 a month or $79 paid annually. You are in the same company as them. Now, once you have the tools and the tech, you get the tools and the tech for $99 a month or $79 a month paid annually, you're going to want, like I said, that proven step-by-step plan to create and launch your online course. And that's why we created Teachable U. So Teachable U, it's a program that gives you everything you need to create your best online courses, earn the money that you deserve, and have the freedom that you desire. It's an online training program. You're designed to go through it in about 90 days or less. And what we found is that this is, again, drawn from all the data that we've collected from our tens of thousands of instructors. If you want to create a course and launch it, this is the fastest way to get it done. So just a few details about Teachable U. It consists of 4 premium trainings, which go over the 4 phases of online course creation. Each training is designed to help you build a successful course business. Now, the first training is all about choosing your course topic. So this isn't just, I want to have a course about carpentry. This is a course about, I want to have, this training will take you from I want to have a course about carpentry to I want to have a course for intermediate carpenters about how to build their first table. Taking you from vague idea to concrete course topic. So this walks you through the transformation framework that we recommend for doing this. We have case studies of thousands of different course topics you can look at. We use 4 techniques to do this. And at the end, we walk you through a naming technique for coming up for a name for your course. Now, after this training, you will go through this knowing that you have your perfect course topic. Now, our next training is about building your audience. So this is about actually using Teachable to build an audience. If you don't have an audience yet, that's no problem. Online courses are a great way to build one. So this walks you through the strategies about using a mini course on Teachable or creating an email course to gather people's email addresses to later on sell your main program. And we walk you through in this training 18 different types of content, lead magnets, and mini courses that you can use to gather an audience. Now, after going through these lessons, you will have created an audience of fans. It might not be thousands of people, it could be a couple of hundred people. But guess what? When you have 500 people on your list and 2% of them buy a $300 course, that's thousands of dollars, okay? So this is the way to get from zero to that audience of a few hundred to a few thousand or more. Now, the third training goes into even more detail on creating your course. And this is led by Jess. She's incredible, and she walks you through everything that you'll need to do about actually, mapping out your course curriculum. What are the main types of course formats you could use? If you want to record some video, we walk you through a budget-friendly home studio setup. Now, it has ideas and tips and content direct like galore. And at the end of it, you will have created and know how to create a professional, high-impact course that you will be proud of. And finally, our fourth training is about launching your course. Now, this takes you through the actual launch process. Once you have a couple of hundred people or a couple of thousand people on your list, how do you get your course in front of them? So this walks you through all the different types of launches that we recommend, including our magic formula for choosing the revenue goals for your course, and how to do this all without being excessively salesy or pushy. Now, finally, this also addresses sales pages, using a 30-day launch plan, how to use those upsells, pricing tiers, and a whole lot more pricing strategy. Oh man, there's so much in this training. It might be the longest one. After you go through all of these, you will have launched your first course, enrolled your first students, and generated real revenue. Now, I can actually see a bunch of people signing up already on the back end. So my favor that I want you to ask, if you are signing up, please let us know in the chat. That way you can welcome you, and we can expedite getting you access to Teachable U. Now, inside those 4 trainings, you'll get all of the resources, our checklist, templates, email scripts, course launch calendars, and you go through all of these trainings at your own pace, so it'll easily fit into your schedule, even if you're very busy, like walking in front of this yellow wall with no logo on the computer. I'm sorry, stock photos are really funny to me. I just love them. Now, on top of the Teachable U core trainings, we want to include even more. So what we did is we decided to have live workshops where every month inside of Teachable U, we will have a brand new hour-long training with a successful course creator. So far, we've learned everything from Facebook ads to advanced video techniques to crafting specific offers, and I can't wait to see what trainings we continue adding into the future. Plus, it keeps on going more, as another bonus, this is something I'm really excited about. Now, you might have heard about this. Last November, we had a Teachable Summit, where we got some of the best and brightest minds in the industry to film a summit, which we shot live to tens of thousands of people. Now, people who upgraded on the summit, they got the recorded workshops, which we sell for $499. But we got special permission from our speakers to include their replays for people who join us on this webinar as well. So this includes everything from launching your course from my cause to setting up your site with Teachable, starring me, hey there, to using webinars to sell your course by Alana K. Valia, how to scale your course business with affiliates and summits and more, plus 6 more workshops to keep growing your business. So here's everything you get today. When you sign up for our monthly pro plan, which is $99 a month, and once you sign up for the monthly, by the way, you can switch to the annual, which is $79 a month if you pay up front for the year. You get all the Teachable U trainings, choosing your course topic, building your audience, creating your course, and launching it. You get all of those included for free, plus the templates, checklists, email scripts, cheat sheets, the monthly live stream trainings, and the 4 advanced partner trainings on course creation. Now, these are incredibly valuable courses. You could buy them for $3,000 on their own. And if you got all these courses and Teachable for $3,000, it would be a great investment. But we're a software company. We're not here to try and sell you a bunch of training. We're here to try and sell you the software, which is why when you sign up for our plan, we're going to give you the course and all the bonuses as a gift. Now, I should say there's also a basic plan. It's a few bucks a month cheaper. It's missing a few of the main features, like you can't do certificates. There's like a pretty hefty transaction fee when you make sales. So we see about 20% of users sign up for the basic plan. Typically, people who aren't looking to launch within like the next 6 months and their revenue goal is like $1,000 or less. Those are the type of people we see on the basic plan normally. Now, the Pro plan is our most popular plan, and is right for most people. So what I'd like you to do, just select the button above to buy the bundle now, and let us know in the chat when you upgrade. Now, it still gets better. Because we have a 100% money back guarantee. So take 30 days, go through everything, download all the bonuses, set up your school, build all the content, go through this and really put it to the limit. And if by the end of 30 days you decide it's not right for you, let us know and we'll give you a full refund, no questions asked. It's our way of making this 100% risk-free so that everyone can create courses. So if you have some doubt, get rid of that doubt. You can sign up now and you can get your money back. And when I say that, this isn't like, the cable company where you call them and you wait on hold for 10 minutes and then someone says, hello, and you say, yes, I'd like to cancel. And they say, sorry, let me connect you to the retention department. And then you sit on hold with the retention department for half an hour until you just give up in frustration. No, you send us an email and we cancel your plan and give you a refund. It is that simple. So this is truly 100% risk-free. But as a last thing, only for people who grab this bundle on the Pro plan. So if you upgrade to the Pro plan while watching this broadcast, so if you're watching the replay, I'm sorry, this isn't valid for you, but if you upgrade to the Pro plan while watching this live, you'll get 8 weeks of our live group coaching calls. So I'm smiling in this picture because I lead these and they're like the best part of my week. I was out on vacation for 3 weeks and I was really sad to be missing it. I really love doing these calls. So I'm excited to do this tomorrow. We do these every Friday. You get 8 weeks of access for free when you join us today on the professional plan while watching this webinar. So guys, here's everything you get today. When you sign up, you get the full Teachable U core curriculum. You get the live partner webinars. You get everything that you need to be successful with Teachable. Now, here's some testimonials. Abby says, I had created online courses before without much success. This time I decided to host my course on Teachable. I just launched my first course and made $41,000 in sales. And Julia says, this month with payment plans rolling in, I finally hit the 5-figure mark with my first course launch. It was open for 15 days only from June 27th. Her students are loving Teachable. I love seeing stories like this. So all you need to do at this point is to buy the bundle now. Just click the button above. And if you already have an account, please just make sure to log in on the page above when you click the button. Now, after you upgrade, first you'll upgrade your plan, or create a new one if you don't have an account yet. Second, you'll get an email with all the details. And third, you'll get immediate access to everything in the bundle. Now, why is this so great? Why are we able to give you these thousands of dollars worth of training for no money as soon as you're a paying customer? So here's the thing. Like I said, we're a software company. We succeed when you make money, and people cancel their plans with us when they don't make money. So we realize that in the long run, we would make more money by giving away this training for free to people who joined us in our paid plans. They learn more, they make more money, they become more successful, they refer their friends and business partners and associates. It's really fantastic. Now, if you need help, our customer care team is standing by. We have live chat support for the Pro plan 7 days a week and email ticketing for all the other plans. So on the Pro plan, there's another bonus, live chat support 7 days a week, okay? Now, we just sent Angela a gift for hitting 10,000 students, and here's what she said. I'm thankful for the awesome power of the internet, for a passion I get to share with my students, and for the platform that lets me do it my way. So our live Q&A is starting now, and I don't know why this is not a picture of Katie. That definitely should be a picture of Katie. That's my other colleague, Jess. So our live Q&A is starting now and going for the next 15 minutes to half an hour. So ask your questions now. We're here to get you started with confidence. And by the way, let us know, like I said, let us know in the chat when you upgrade so that we can welcome you by name.
Actually, a few people, I know a few people were upgrading as well. So welcome and thank you for joining. And a few people were asking how they actually upgrade to the annual plan. And so we were going to show you. I kept promising people.
All
I was
right.
like,
okay.
We will show you.
So if you want to upgrade to the annual plan, first you are going to upgrade to the monthly plan. So you sign up for the monthly professional plan or the monthly basic plan. So let's say you upgrade to the monthly professional plan, which is $99 a month. Okay. So I'm just going to put myself in here. So after you upgrade, okay, click on what you're going to do, click on the settings gear in your school on the left-hand sidebar, and then the plan menu. So settings gear and then plan menu. And at that point, just toggle on the top from monthly to annual. And so for instance, if I'm on monthly, I click on annual and I hit upgrade, and this will change me to the annual plan, which saves you almost more than $50 for that annual commitment. Now, just a heads up that the way that this will work, sorry, not more than $50, more than $200. I was going to say it's a lot cheaper than that. But just to be clear, you will not be double billed. So if you just paid us $99 a month and the annual plan is $948 a year, we will subtract $99 from this. So you will not get double charged, okay? So again, click the settings gear, then click the plan menu, and then you can switch back and forth between monthly and annual, and you'll just have to confirm the upgrade by clicking on it. All right, guys, I hope that makes sense. So more questions coming into the chat, and wow. Cheryl says, I upgraded from basic. Awesome, Cheryl, great to have you. Rob is signing up for pro. Brianna has joined. Raul, this pro plan does include the possibilities. Helen, yes, you can use this to train your employees. Paige is upgrading. Okay, for everyone who's upgraded, I'm sorry that I've missed everyone who has, so let me just do a giant virtual high five and real high five to everyone who has joined us so far. Okay, so Winston has a really good question. Do you recommend leaving the course open 24/7, 365, or open it for a short period of time?
Question.
So Winston, I would recommend starting by having a launch. Having a launch allows you to build excitement around the course. It is a lot harder to build excitement when you have, the course available. If someone says, okay, can I buy this next week? You have to just be like, yeah, I guess you can. So I recommend having a launch at least to start. Once you've built up some real content and built up a larger audience, it's easier to transition into having what we call evergreen, okay? Paige Kohler says, do you have firewall security through here? Paige, everything on Teachable goes through an automatically generated SSL certificate. That's why you have the HTTPS with the lock in your browser. That's automatically generated for you. We maintain it, we upgrade it. And the nice thing about Teachable is that all the upgrades happen on the back end. And unlike those days where you'd have to shut down a server to do an upgrade, the vast majority of switches and changes and improvements on the back end require no downtime at all. That's why Teachable averages over 99.99% uptime. Compare that to the last website you hosted. So Kara says, what makes basic so hard to figure out? So Kara, basic will be just as easy to figure out. Pro comes with more support, like live chat support. Pro comes with 8 weekly group coaching calls if you join us on the webinar today. Pro also comes with some more features that your students love, like the ability to get certificates when they finish the course. It adds up to a better experience overall, which is why we charge more money for it. If you don't need those things or you think it's not worth the money, you can also use the basic plan. We just typically find most people find it is worth it.
Jan says, what would the pro cost if I have to wait for 6 months to sign up? So it's the same price. The only difference is we can't guarantee that we do these bonuses again. And the other thing I think to note, because I know a lot of people are asking, they were like, should we wait to create content? Which you can absolutely do. It's totally up to you what order you do these things in. But the benefit of Teachable U, which is what we give people access to, because we want them to leverage the data that we have on how to create a successful course, is so that people use and utilize those courses so that they can, instead of hitting a bunch of hurdles in their first launch, or maybe even building up their email list, it's to navigate around those so that you're able to get up and running faster than you hopefully would just kind of going at it ad hoc.
Well said, Katie.
Thank you.
So Isaac says, can you explain about how the quizzes work? I mean, you get a score for the student. You wanted to drop Isaac a link to the support article. Isaac, we have a support article that goes into way more detail than I can, just with my voice. Loma has upgraded. Brian has upgraded. Brian, if you upgrade with a different email, you should still get everything automatically. You can reach out to our support team if you haven't seen it within a couple of hours. SLW says, tried to buy the pro plan, but I have trouble logging in. SLW, we're here to help. Please just reach out to our support team at support@teachable.com. We'll get you in. We'll get you the bonuses, even if you have to upgrade a little bit later. We understand if you're running into a tech issue. Rob, okay. Rob says, same here. All I can get to come up is the course I signed up for. So Rob, here's what I'll say. Rob, could you go, let me just share my screen. So if you say that what's coming up is just a course that you're already in, here's what I'd like you to do. Go to this website, my.teachable.com, my as in it's yours and mine, my.teachable.com. So it'll take you to a menu that looks like this. Now what I want you to do is click the create new school button. You can fill in anything here. It doesn't matter. You can change this later. Create the new school, and then straight from there, you can go into changing the plan via the same way I showed you before. So click this settings gear, then click the plan menu, and you can change the plan right from there. So again, go to my.teachable.com, my.teachable.com, click the create new school option, and then once you're in the school, you can upgrade it from there. So I'm so sorry for any hassle.
Paige said, too excited, which I'm really pleased to hear. We've also got a number of people still saying they're upgrading, so that's really cool and exciting as well. Paige says, hope to see you all on a call or something. Oh, great, Paige. So you're going to be joining Cam tomorrow.
Yeah, see you tomorrow. So Winston says, what is the best way to advertise your course if you don't have a mailing list? So Winston, what I would recommend is finding ways to grow your mailing list. So if you're running Facebook ads, I would actually run ads instead of, sending an ad like, hey, come buy this course. Run an ad to get this free checklist or sign up for our free mini course. Then someone gets the email, you get their email address, you add them to your mailing list, and then you can promote your course to them. Leo, Teachable definitely does have a basic CMS built in. So when someone signs up, you get their name and their email, etc. It's not like ConvertKit or MailChimp or Infusionsoft or like a full service CRM, but it includes all that basic info, which then you can bring over to your main CRM. Absolutely.
A few people were saying, can you repeat the bundle? Or Ian was saying, I missed the bundle information. Can you repeat? So basically what you would get today if you upgrade to the Pro plan during the live Q&A. So that's for about another 15 minutes or so. You get access to Teachable U, which is our flagship courses of how you can actually create a successful course. And that goes from everything from even the nitty gritty to how deciding how to name your school, what's the best approach to building your email list, how to launch and how to build up that excitement for the launch. So it goes into a lot of detail, not just about your courses, but how you can actually prep and market to your audience about your courses. And with, and with Pro, you also would get access to 8 weeks live group Q&A coaching with Cam himself.
All right.
Which start 2 p.m. Friday Eastern every Friday.
So I want to be upfront and I want to answer even tough questions. So Shannon says in the chat, fourth request, please explain how I would ensure a student is a single user. I'm concerned about course theft. Okay. Trisha says, I'm concerned about this as well. And this is a scary thing. You imagine that someone buys your course and then shares it with the whole world and no one else would buy it, etc. So here's what I would say. Shannon, think about it this way. Let's say like a publisher gives you a call and say, hey, come to our office. We want to publish your book. So you go to the office, you're excited. Then you ask the publisher, hey, how do I set it up so that when someone buys my book, they can't lend that book to someone else? I'm concerned that someone is just going to give my book to their friends so that their friends don't purchase my book. Really? So when you think about it that way, you're like, wait a second. When you have some material that you are giving to someone, it is going to be impossible to keep you from showing that material to other people. I'm serious. So we could set it up so that people can only log in from a single IP so that you'll get a bazillion angry emails from your students when they try to log in from their phone. We can do all this different stuff, and we handle all of the logging on the back end. You can see how often students are logging in. So if they're logging in a suspicious number of times, you can deactivate them. But here's what I'll say is this. I think this phrase is a little bit cliche, but it is a lot better to adopt what we call an abundance mindset, which is to say, when you're delivering content to a device that is owned by a user and controlled by a user, you can't stop them from taking a video camera and recording the screen. You can't stop them from taking a screenshot of your PDFs. You can't stop them from doing this stuff. What you can do is you can make your course as good as possible and enrich it in ways that are hard to duplicate. So for instance, if you have a weekly coaching call that comes along with your course, someone might be able to, download the PDF and send it to their friend, but they can't get their friend on the coaching call too, because only specific people have the link, and you can see the names of everyone who joins, and you can kick out people who don't have the name that matches on the list. Or you can have a private Facebook group where, again, you have to approve every member, and you check that list against the purchasers before you approve someone. So it is easy to add value in your course in a way that is difficult to duplicate. But what I'll say is this. This question also gets asked a lot in the group, asking them hey, I'm scared about this. And people have posted their statistics saying I have had over 10,000 students sign up and I haven't had to remove a single person for account sharing. So listen, it's the internet. You can't stop someone from downloading your stuff. You can just make your content as good as possible in ways that are difficult to copy. And that is honestly the best way forward.
Good answer.
Yeah. Samantha says, or hire a lawyer and
I
spend
saw that
all your money suing. Yeah. Samantha, if you've got if you got enough money to have a full legal team and you're selling millions of dollars of courses, then sure, hire a lawyer and have them send, DMCA requests if you see your course somewhere else. But but again, until you're at I'll say the $1 million a year point, you should be spending your time trying to get people into your course, not spending time trying to keep people out of it.
Someone had a great question about, do you get a mentor? So, I wouldn't say you necessarily get a one-on-one mentor, but you do get, if you go for pro, you do get 8 weeks of group Q&A coaching, which is as effectively as having Cam as a mentor, basically. But also, even if you don't go for that, we have the Teachable You courses that are available on all of the plans. And even prior to that, if you're not going to go for any of the plans, use our blog as a resource as well is a great way to get started.
Shannon, with a very niche industry, I think that the odds of anything bad happening are even lower than with a broad course. In a very niche industry, this tends to happen even less.
And it means you know your audience better. You know the subject, the industry better.
Chris says the upgrade button is grayed out. Chris, make sure that you filled out both the state and the zip code for the credit card. Sometimes people miss those fields. It's pretty easy to miss. So make sure that the state and zip code are all filled out. And then the upgrade button should definitely be available for you. Cedric says, I'm signing up, but I have a question first. I've got a coupon code for Teachable from another course. The coupon code is 3 months of Teachable for free. So Cedric, this unfortunately cannot be combined with any offers. If you have an offer through another partner, then unfortunately we can't combine it. So someone is asking about memberships. So the example that we used was Dave Cross workshops. So I'm going to drop a link to Dave Cross's subscription page in here.
Someone's asked how large are the group chats? I think the group coach calling. So generally it's around, it can vary between say 5 to 15 people. Cam, I think is probably an accurate number.
Chris says I did that. Okay, Chris, can you do one more thing? Can you try giving the page a hard refresh? So if you're on a PC, it's Shift Control R. If you're on a Mac, it's Shift Command R. That clears the cache and refreshes the page. So try giving the page a hard refresh. And if you're still running into an issue with the upgrade button, please shoot us an email at support@teachable.com. We will get you in and we'll get you the bonuses. Okay.
Leo says, can each Teachable school have its own URL? So absolutely, but just bear in mind an automatic URL that you'll be given will be, say, leoscourses.teachable.com. And then if you wanted a custom domain, you can absolutely link up a custom domain as well. You can even complement your site with Teachable. So if you wanted to incorporate Teachable into your site, that's something that we see people do frequently. And then obviously you can match the branding with your site's branding. It's pretty cool how versatile it is. And I also saw a great question come in from Jethro. Oh no, just a great statement saying, been scared to jump into this, but with you guys are explaining it, it's so worth it. So thanks. So well done.
Fantastic.
Thanks, Jethro. Cool.
So Andreas says, can't we get professional with PayPal and credit card possible? So Andreas, if you're talking about paying us, you pay us for your subscription, our subscription service only works with credit and debit card. You can't use PayPal to pay us for your Teachable plan, unfortunately. I'm sorry about that. Now, however, if you have a PayPal debit card, that will work. It just has to be a debit or credit card.
Brian, you'll receive the group coach calling invite via email.
Yeah.
And any problems, it should come through pretty soon, but any problems, definitely let us know. We want to make sure you get all the bonuses.
It was just the screen sitting in the background for a while. There we go. This is much
Sometimes that's better.
much more personable this way.
Do you mind if I shut the window?
Oh, yes, please do. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
So Julia says, I'm unable to sign up and help. So Julia, if you're running into any sign up issues, please email our support team, support@teachable.com. We're here to help you, and we're going to make sure you get the bonuses even if you upgrade late. Absolutely. Caroline says, can you explain how we get paid? So Caroline, the good news is that there's a lot of ways that we can pay you. The bad news is that since we've added more and more options, it's hard to answer this question really quickly. Basically, there are several ways that you can get your money. You can, for instance, link your own payment accounts and you get paid directly, or you can have us process payments for process payments for you and then send you a daily, weekly, or monthly payout. There's lots of different options depending on where you live in your plan. So it's best to contact our support team to ask about your specific situation. I'm also shooting an article that goes into a ton of information on the options that we have available, and like Cam was saying, we've also got support that can help you kind of choose which is the best payment
payment gateway for you. But yes, you will always get your money, basically. Obviously.
So Jethro's upgrade for everyone who's upgraded virtual high five and real high five. So many people. Thank you so much.
I am in.
So Trisha has a very important question. With the Pro plan, what percentage does Teachable charge for credit card payments? Is it similar to Stripe? Trisha, it's identical to Stripe. So you'll pay 2.9 plus 30. And then if you want us to do additional tasks for you, like if you want us to handle your VAT taxes for you, you want us to handle your affiliate payments for you, we charge an additional 2%. So even at the absolute highest with that Pro plan, it's less than 5%. Flo says high five or Y5. Awesome. Okay, so Jethro's upgrade. Carol says, can you explain changing domain names, please? So Carol, once you're on a paid plan, like when you sign up for Teachable, you get a Teachable domain, which is, something.teachable.com. Then once you've upgraded, you can link a custom domain like myacademy.com or courses.mywebsite.com. Okay, so Jody, you can join whichever 8 coaching calls. This is an important thing. You don't have to join this week and then every other week. You can come any 8 weeks. Doesn't have to be immediately. Doesn't have to be 2 months from now. You can come any 8 weeks as long as you're a Pro subscriber. Okay, so Carol says, explain. Okay, I went over that. Gabriel says, do you handle VAT also the basic? Gabriel, yes, we do. And we charge 5%. So we charge more than twice as much to handle that, plus the credit card fee. So the basic plan, if you're doing any sort of sales volume, ends up being a lot more expensive than Pro.
Jody, cheers. That's great.
I agree, good. Jody. It is pretty great. All right. And we still have quite a few people watching us, which is great.
Oh, awesome. And if we've missed any questions, definitely let us know. I know towards the end I was definitely losing steam typing, but please feel free to
Katie, I saw your fingers and there was steam pouring out of them. So I see what you mean about losing steam.
Definitely. Wow. But yeah, so please repost any questions that you have. 2% in Pro. Yes, that's
exactly,
correct. Gabriel. Great. Joined and terrified. Kathy, don't be terrified. There's a number of things kind of to back you up to make sure you're justified and you shouldn't be terrified. So don't forget, you've got a 30-day money back guarantee. You can go through everything. There's nothing restricted the moment you upgrade. There's nothing restricting you from going through the bonuses, the UI, the interface. And I think it's a really great time to use to actually utilize it and see if it matches your needs. Because if it doesn't, truly, we wouldn't want you
money back.
Yeah, exactly.
Get your money back. Kathy,
we wouldn't want you to be unhappy with that.
I like to think of it like this. For people who are nervous getting started, think about the worst case scenario here. The worst case scenario is that you don't like it and you get your money back. So think about it that way. The worst thing that could possibly happen from what you've just done is you try it out and you get your money back. When you put it that way, it really does seem like a no risk upgrade. Okay, Orisad Awodawala says, will you get to the point?
I hope we've
No, I refuse to get to the point. What point am I don't know. I think I've gotten to the point. So Kathy says, do you answer this question? Can I have the students submit video or PDF assignments? So Kathy, you can have students upload images like in their comments, but if you want them to submit privately, like if you want them to have like, just a private folder that goes to you, I recommend using a class of Dropbox or Google Drive. That's what we recommend for file submissions. Raul says, can you point out the biggest advantage of Teachable over Udemy? Yeah, Raul, Udemy owns your students. Teachable doesn't.
And content.
So when someone signs up for your course on Udemy.
And pricing.
There's a lot. Like Udemy owns that student. Udemy can set the pricing. Udemy can issue coupons for your courses. And you can't market to that student. You can't add them to your list and then promote your other stuff to them. So the fact that you own your students, your content, your pricing altogether, it's huge. So Max, is there any training on how to market to email lists? Max, there absolutely is. I would check out our blog about like doing an email launch. So that talks about like launching your course to your email list.
I'll grab that for you, Max.
Jean-Marc Delacour says, at what time? At quelle heure is the workshop live tomorrow? So it is every Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And we don't right now record them. We used to, but nobody was watching them. So we have it so that if you attend, you are able to record it yourself. But we're looking into changing the way we do that and like recording it again. So we're thinking about this. Kara, yes, you'll get an email automatically. Gabrielle says, do I get info about your students? Yes, you get all the info they submit, which is their name and their email address. Okay, so Orisada says, do students sign up with the password? So they create an account when they buy a course from you. The account, they log in with their email address and a password. That's how they log in to access their courses. Rajiv says, I just got in. What is the deal here? Rajiv, the deal is that if you upgrade to if you upgrade to Teachable today, or you join Teachable today, you get a lot of additional bonuses, especially at the $99 plan. So Sharon says, how does it differ from one of our competitors? So Sharon, our e-commerce is a lot better. Like, for example, like the fact that we can pay affiliates for you. I also think our look and feel is a lot nicer. We've had several prominent clients come over from that competitor after we did a demo with them, and they realized like it was just a better experience for their students. Faradun says, does Teachable care if I host my courses elsewhere as well? As long as you're paying us, go ahead. Like, we don't make you sign any exclusivity agreements. Lots of people will have like a you know, a free or cheap course on Teachable, but they also deliver it via email, and they might even put it on a course marketplace. We don't care about that. That's totally fine.
We just want it to be successful.
Or said, how do I use a promo code? So are you talking about signing up for Teachable or giving promo codes to your students? Because Carmen has that same question about giving coupons to students.
Which you can absolutely do. You can also create them in bulk, and I'm going to shoot you an article on how you can do that as well, Carmen.
Sharon says, your email lists work. For my website, they subscribe. So Sharon, just to be clear, when someone signs up for your course, you have your own Teachable website. There's not a big marketplace on Teachable where someone like searches for a course and they find your website. Everyone has their own Teachable website. So when someone signs up on that website, you get their name and their email address, and they're signing up for your site. So they're presumably signing up for a course. So Arisa, take a look at Katie's answer to Carmen right above. She has that article in there about our coupons and discount codes. So Paula says, what do you mean by a launch? I'm planning to create a school with several courses and I can't launch them at the same time. So Paula, what I mean by a launch is typically people will launch a course, one course at a time. So I wouldn't, if you've got 4 courses you're building, I wouldn't launch them all at the same time. I would publish one at a time.
Raj was asking, how do you join? So there is a button above, and you can either join the basic or the pro plan. With pro, you would get access to 8 weeks group Q&A coaching, and that is up until the end of, it's probably about 5 more minutes of this webinar that you can gain access to that.
Isaac says, how many emails can we send every month? Isaac, there's no limit. Now, to be clear, this is just like the all-you-can-eat buffet. If we see that you're emailing, 100,000 students with 20 emails a day, we will probably reach out and ask you to stop. But we've done that, I think, like once.
Yeah, I think
twice ever in like the history of Teachable. We've only had 2 clients where we had to reach out and ask them to, send fewer emails. So go ahead and send us see as many emails as you want.
Sharon can't see the button, but Sharon, I'm just taking a screenshot of the button. It should, if you just scroll up. Oh yeah, thanks, Cam.
Yeah. Oh wait. Sorry, I'm not doing anything here.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were screen
no,
sharing.
No, I am not being that helpful.
Don't worry. I've got you, Sharon. Give me a memento.
Tim, we do not integrate with Adobe Captivate or Articulate Storyline. We don't require you to use an external course builder, so we don't even support them. Okay, so Peter says, still time to sign up for the bundle? Peter, there is still time. Gabriel says, what is the benefit of the Max plan? So the Max plan is, that's what we call the business plan. That's for people with large teams. So you can have up to 100 team members, like as administrators. That also lets you manage students in bulk, like doing bulk student importing and stuff like that. Kathy, Teachable isn't meant for delivering live video. So like if you want to have like an online group coaching session where, it's like this, where someone is like talking to you, I would just do that through Zoom or Skype. That's not something Teachable is meant to do. I would link people in your lecture like, hey, we're having our live coaching call here. And then they click the link and it opens up Zoom. I use Zoom for coaching.
It's basically just a good way to have your live streaming or live coaching behind a paywall, basically, or the link to access it behind a paywall.
Yeah. Romy says, can you go over the email process? Romy, I am not sure what you mean by the email process. Can you describe that in a little bit more detail? Like who is emailing who, like what the emails are?
Sharon, let me know if you had any troubles and if that was clear as well, because it's you need to go to that link just in case you're watching on YouTube. Otherwise, and I've shot you a screenshot of where it is as well.
So Nonia says, can I just display only a course demo video and a full course video with no function? So Nonia, are you talking about like on the sales page? Do you want to display a demo? I'm not sure what you mean by that. Could you give me a bit more information? Romy says, is it like ConvertKit? So Romy, we are not like ConvertKit. ConvertKit is a full email service provider. We're an online course host. Yes, you can email students through Teachable, but that's meant to do like blast emails. So you just send out everyone in this course, you send them an announcement about the next course coming out. So if you would like to, what we do is we integrate with ConvertKit. We integrate natively with ConvertKit. So you can have it so that when someone signs up for your Teachable course, they go to your ConvertKit list. So Gene says, how do you make it sure that only what you want to and wind up? So Gene, what I would recommend is watermarking your videos. That way it's very clear where they come from, but it's pretty easy to like see if someone's been putting your content on YouTube. This is not something that happens. I'll be completely upfront with you. Nonia says on the landing page. So Nonia, you can add what we call a video block on the landing page, and you can upload one of your videos from the course to there.
Yes, I asked, I'm offering courses in different languages, which is necessary for a different school for each language. Does this mean a separate account for each school? Yeah. That does mean you would need a separate account for each school, but bear in mind with any schools, there's no limit to the amount of students, courses or content that you can upload to your school. So let's say if you have your interface in one language and then maybe multiple courses in different languages, that is kind of confusing, I will be quite frank, but that is an option.
What I'll say is we also give you a discount. So everything would be managed through one Teachable account, but you would have multiple schools under that account. Once you pay for one school, we give you a discount on any further schools. So Andreas, what I would do for that is I would actually create like a different course, what we call a bundle. So you can have different bundles of courses. So for instance, if you've got like 5 pieces of content, you might have a premium bundle that includes all 5, an intermediate bundle that includes 3, and a basic bundle that includes 2 of them. So those bundles would be priced differently. You wouldn't set it up so that different lectures go to different people.
Yes, all multimedia files are limited to 2 gigabytes, but to give you an idea, like 2 gigabytes is a very large amount.
And Sonia, you're asking about an audio file, just for reference.
I wouldn't be worried about audio.
Like a full-length HD movie is about like a gigabyte or less. So 2 gigabytes worth of audio would be days and days and days and days
it would be
worth
really
of audio.
Long.
Okay?
It would be really long. Will you be sending a link to this webinar? You will be receiving a recording of this webinar via email. Yes, you will. And days and days
and days and days.
Just continue on. So it's a big
days.
And let's say if you do hit those 2 gigabytes with an audio file, you could just add another one because there's no limit to the amount of content or audio files that you can add.
So Nonia says, with the video block, does it mean I don't need to drip out different sections of the course? So Nonia, this is entirely separate. So like the stuff you put on your sales page doesn't have any relation to what your drip schedule is. You can release your course with drip and have video on your sales page. Those 2 things are unrelated. So you can put whatever content you want on your sales page. You can have your course released with drip, or you can have it released all at once. But those 2 things are just unrelated. Max, is there any templates I can follow to create emails once I get email lists? Max, guess what? You will get our email templates automatically as part of Teachable U when you join us today.
I have a feeling Sonia's going to challenge this 2 gigabyte max.
No, Sonia says LMAO days.
Yeah, I wanted to try to max it out for sure.
Days. All right. So it's almost 3:30 p.m. here in New York. So let's just take like 3 more questions, like 3 more questions before we wrap this up. Andreas, that's something that we're looking to add. That's a common like little thing that we hear some frustration about. There's unfortunately no way to duplicate a lecture right now. But
you can duplicate a course.
Yeah, you can duplicate a whole course, but not a lecture. Martin has joined Upgrade to Pro on an annual basis. Martin, great to have you, and great to have you for a year. Virtual high five and real high five. See you same time next year. All right. Romeo's signed up. Amazing.
Virtual high five.
So 2 more questions. 2 more questions before we wrap this up.
Or you can just watch us.
What
is it? Annual plan? Okay.
So Audson, when is the annual plan build? Let's say if you are on the free plan, or if you signed up for free right now and you upgrade to the annual plan, you'll be charged today, and you'll be charged on January 17th, 2020. And then January 17th, 2021. It's the same day of the year.
Mm-hmm. Sharon said, joined, ready to go. Tim Lewis says, do you support Microsoft PowerPoint? Yep, so all you would do is either upload it, or let's say, you would upload it. Yep, we absolutely do. And there's obviously, again,
Peter
no
has
limit
joined.
to the amount.
Amazing.
Awesome.
Raul has a good question. Raul is asking about how we compare to a competitor. So Raul, that competitor they try to be like an everything piece of software. So you do your email list through them, you do your courses through them, you do your landing pages through, you do all this stuff. So the thing is, if you're not using every single part of that application, it's kind of overpriced. If you are, I think it could be a good deal. And some people like go all in and they put everything on there and they like it. I think that tends to be not quite as good an idea. First of all, you have all of your eggs in one basket. So if there's some downtime, for instance, everything is down. Your entire online life is down. The second reason is this is something that's pretty universally true. Our developer team, our software developers and our product managers and everyone on the engineering team, they're great at building online course software. They're not there to build like email service. Like they're not there to build an email platform. They're not there to build like some random, funnel builder or whatever. They're here to build the build.
Already great ones out there.
Yeah. And what we find is better is to create integrations and allow integrations with people who are doing the best job. So like we integrate with ConvertKit and Drip and MailChimp and all the people dedicated to email. So I'm trying to build all the features into one. We are the best course platform and we integrate with the best platforms for everything else.
Oh, Martin said something really nice. Said, thank you for your help, Cameron and Katie. Great webinar. Looking forward to the Teachable experience. Thank you, Martin. And cheers for joining.
Brian says, what other software do I need to have a complete system? Brian, the only one that I'd say is really kind of necessary would be an email service provider, like ConvertKit or MailChimp. MailChimp is free up to like 2,000 subscribers. There, like from there, there's more stuff you can add. You can add a landing page builder. You could add like countdown timers. Like there's lots of things you can do. But to get started, honestly, just Teachable and maybe an email service provider like a MailChimp or ConvertKit. That's all that you need. And on that note, it is really about time to wrap this up. This has been an incredible webinar. We've had so many people join us, so many people interested in online courses. Man, that just makes me excited to see like so many people here interested in online courses. So guys, on behalf of everyone here at Teachable, thank you so much for all of your time. I can't wait to see all of you on the other side. All right.
Thanks,
Take
guys.
care, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.